Hello guys, let's make a new prediction for next week. Last prediction was my intention was that I want to see market move up and then down, and it basically move up. My end target for the S&P was 550. I thought it will hit it and then I will see rejection, but at the end we see a break. Same goes for basically most of the stock. So you can say it was, let's say, about the momentum correct, but I didn't get the rejection I was hoping to get. And this lead us for next week prediction. So the last prediction was correct that if we see the market push in a big, like we see here, we gonna see the divergence forming, and we see the divergence already forming up. See, this is 97.24. This high is 90, and this is making this is the 565, and this is 555, 54. So we have divergence, which means the divergence didn't end yet. So you can see a continuation in order to break the high. And this is very risky. We are already in an oversold territory. So yes, sometimes we can see us pushing up like we see it here. You can see it up, and this coming to the territory of over sold area, and just continue forming up and breaking it. And when we have the break, we have the retest and then continuation. So we can get something like this. It didn't change yet. It didn't break to the downside yet. So it can continue, make the break, make continuation higher. So something, change it. Something like this can happen. We can forming, resting here, and then make the break. And this will continue, and then moving forward and down, let's say for this place, and then continue for the 600. All right. So need to be very careful on a daily basis if there is a red candle coming up. So this is in the daily. Of course, we saw that most of the time a break, immediately there is a push for the upside. There is a break, immediately push for the upside. In here it broke, it came. The only time it made it twice, but if you got it here, immediately push for the upside. Didn't broke it for the upside. This is a break, immediately push for the upside. This is the hint. In the 4-hour chart, we can see also the break. I thought it would be 550, and we can see moving, and what it did, changing the trend. So this was a key area for changing the trend. We got it, immediately push for the downside. I thought it will hit the 505, 506 area, and from there bounce. It didn't. It immediately got bouncing oversold territory. And if we check here, we still don't have the divergence. Momentum is very for the upside. There is divergence in a smaller time frame, so we should be very careful, and we need to see market still has power. We could see for the upside with no volume, so it means the volume came from a different place, probably the options. They got in here. You can see a big volume, then just take some profit up, take profit and up, trying to take liquidation. So should be very careful from it. So far the momentum is for the upside, so nothing much to say that it should go down. I'm still a little bit pessimistic, but what I'm seeing, you can see something like this be forming an reverse head and shoulder. Means, let's say if this is the 555 area, the 510, this is the 45, so potential is 600. So it's a nice forming up for the 600, which is my end target for the long term S&P. So could be there, be very interesting. But why I'm pessimistic? Because I don't like the break in the trend. So yes, it could come and change it back again to the upside, but it was, I don't know, fast like a V shape, and I don't like V shape. That's why I'm want to be very close to it in the time. So nothing much to say that you can also in the small time frame you can see the continuation. This is down, this is moving up, so it wants to continue, but could be a change because this is moving up, this is down. So for next week, even though it broke it, which could mean continuation, we pull back to bring more buyers. Yes, there is a gap up here, and be a good area to bounce to the down and bounce from it to the upside. For the momentum, also the 200 change for a color, so it's positive again. So it we have continuation, but we need more indication and a good setup because going for the break, I don't like trading breaks because if it breaks, it immediately can be a false break, like with the IWM, what we saw. Gonna see it later. Broke and immediately fell down, so very careful because it could take liquidation from this area, take it out, and immediately fall back. And this area uh, is an area for break of trend because it went up, right, and area of break of trend. So it could take a liquidation, but again, if it break it above, it could push for the upside. Could make a retest, like breaking up, making a retest, and could the upside. But I don't like trade breaks. So this is for the SPY. I know very short because much to say. Let me here. My target was the 550, 548, 550, and it took it. It seems that it wants to be on a retest area. I tried to break it, so yes, it could a little bit higher for the 560 and damning the sellers. But if the seller won't come, the 560 ends on sellers that they are gone and the market will go higher. It's if it's moved down, it could push for the 530 and even could come back for the 520 again from the area of the break to retest and close the gap. All right, so we have the area of the ups and downs. Yes, there is a little bit weakness. So maybe below the 550, 551 for short-term support 548 and 545 and even lower, and from there try to attack the 538 and so on 520, but I don't have the indications. So if I see it open with a gap down or even at the beginning of the session breaking the 551 552, I will hit it closely for the downside beginning of the week. It could just higher for the 560. It could, and it probably, but I watch it very carefully of the break. I want to see the volume coming for the break. So let's move on the Qs. The Qs is much weaker. You can see it here. All right. Let's watch it again. The SPY. You see where the SPY is, and the Q much lower. And basically the Qs was the leading of the break, and now they change role. Now the SPY is the leader, and usually the Qs is more volatile. You can see it break the 200, bring the buyers immediately, and for the upside, and there is a divergence. The same goes here, and you can see it here when it say something here. When it broke it, it continue and move for the upside. So even if there is an oversold, it doesn't mean immediately fall off. We wait for it and see for the downside, like here. It could take some time, and sometimes it just can continue, rest a little bit, and then for the upside. But there is clear sign for divergence, so very careful. On the 4-hour chart, you can see the break. I thought it would reach here, 470, and it get rejected. It didn't. And I don't see a clear sign of divergence. You can see it again forming up. I want to see it facing down. This is a little bit face down, but the longer term is facing for upside. Of course, the long term takes some time to change. Following and see also changing the trend here, the blue here. So could up again. Use already seems to be weakening. So if it break below the 473.50 and close below, continue down, there is a lot of support below 470 in the smaller time frame. Up 465 again, and from there looking for the 450, so on. Nothing much to say about it here. On the 1-hour chart, same scenario, same pattern. See the divergence, it wants to move up and then higher, make divergence for reversal. So it seems that it wants to do first at the beginning. IWM, watch it. See, this is the false break. I know it was resting and down. Again, false break, down. So should be very careful. Again, IWM very weak compared to the market. Long time was, and it still is, let's say, drifting between the highs and the lows. This is a false break. This is a false break. So I don't know if now it's clear all the sellers, it clears all the buyers, and now it will have a freeway for the upside for the end of the year. But at the moment, same goes. There is any move for the upside can create a divergence if it's very fast for the upside. The end target for the IWM is 222, even 225. Didn't got there, I think. The weakest ETF at the moment. And it push up, create definitely divergence. So watch out carefully for the 215, even 216 to see how it reacts to those area, those zone. Manage to break them. How the 4-hour chart looks. Has to here to 22 break for the upside. So far no big divergence, but if it's some small red candle, this trend didn't change. Good. Probably we like the SPY and the Qs. It's much weaker. SPY already here, so this one, and there is a divergence for a pullback also in the shorter time frame. Tesla. All right, Tesla seems like the IWM false break for the upside, coming back down. But Tesla is very interesting. I thought it will stop at the 215. My target was 220, but I didn't see it there, and it did, and immediately got rejected. So this is what I was looking in the SPY and the touching the key area and get rejected. Tesla was rejecting it, but again didn't make the divergence yet. So means that it could push here to 224, even 230, then try to see the sellers coming in. The end target for Tesla is 224 something and can reach to the 29. So be careful with it. Tesla, if it wants to break down, need to break the 215, then it can push. I don't know if it can. I don't know. If it breaks below the 215, it back to the 200 and below, just below. And don't think the market will let it. Let me check something. So the 200, 180. I don't think the market will let it. Something very unique. But Tesla giving sign of weakness, but yet it needs to break the 215. If it's want to break for the upside, it needs to close below, above the 217. Then it can. Let's watch the fall chart. You will see it. So basically, you can see it here if it goes below this one or break above this small candle. The it either way, but you can see a lot of break. I don't think most of them is valid, but you can see the area of sellers, area of buyers, and so far Tesla could, as I said, if it managed to 24 to 25, maybe it will some small reverse, and then if it wants to push higher, check something, yeah, above this one. So I think this week will be a good week sellers and the buyers, because if the sellers manage to below the 50 and 200, Tesla will fall, and the buyers know this, so they will defend. And if it managed to go of the 225 to let's say to 25.30, Tesla could push above the 2. Yeah, and the sellers know this, so should be interesting. There is no clear divergence, so just small continuation. In the 1 hour chart, you can see up, down, so small divergence is 50 or a pullback, and then we have to see if it is very shallow or very steep and deep, lower. Apple, I think probably same goes with Apple, very strong divergence examine, so be very careful from the continuation trend change, which is good, but divergence. So let's go for Nvidia. We probably gonna see it all over the market. Yes, change trend, divergence, red candle will create and fulfill the divergence, change in trend. So basically, I will be very careful this week, because even though there is momentum is positive, oversold, which momentum is positive, and the buyers are interesting, momentum change, there is the divergence, and the sellers and computer love divergences. Doesn't mean they take each one of them, but this divergence a bigger time frame. Be very careful. I will be very careful. So if you're already in, just wait and observe and follow it. If nothing happened and you can see the market probably, I don't know, stopping, going sideways, which trying to take and reserve some power for continue for the upside, this is a good. If not, and you can see another big red candle, be very careful. But I think it will take about a week. So Meta, I think the strongest, and you can see this is the red I was talking about. You can see this is a change. So I don't know if canary which lead us to what happened in the market, but you can see this is for the upside and got it below. Check it. Yes, this is 89.93, so it broke. So should be careful to see the continuation for the sound to see how it's deep. If we're gonna see this red candle or something like this red candle, very careful with it. You can see the trend change like it here, and now momentum start to be negative. It's still in the positive area, but start to be negative. So we need to see if we can create divergence for continuation. In sellers take the buyers taking profit, push price down, but don't let it fall. So they hold the price and it create divergence like it here. We'll push lower, lower, lower. Then we have divergence. Then from this place, gonna bounce up for the upside. This is a good sign. Not any red candle is a red sign. So we wait. Let's go for, I don't want to talk about mRNA, nothing much to say about it. Wait and see, very boring. BA, still you can see this is a negative territory below the moving averages, but wants to put for the upside. Sideways move, in the upside, downside, and so at the moment stopped at some key resistance. So how it wants to follow, you can see the started of the change of the trend, which is a good sign of formation. See the momentum facing up, pointed up, with sign. But again, if it can push higher to create divergence. So getting end of the prediction, I have what I want. The gold breaks. This is what amazed me. The S&P moves for the upside. Qs move for the upside. Why the gold is moving like crazy for the upside? So something happened. Guys, something happening. I was talking about the okay again. Very cool. Check the TLT. Let's see how it goes. Daily TLT. Let's face it. So it wants to break. It wants to break and push for the upside. More defensive. Let's talk sky. This is series short-term bonds. Again, wants to break and for the upside. Defensive. XLU. XLU. How it goes. Middle over. Try to break and fail. Manage to break this. There is divergence for the upside for continue. So more defensive. XLP. XLP amazing break. Get all-time high. So probably it will. There is divergence. No divergence, but divergence forming up for the short side. B. Let me check it. So it needs to push higher in order for it to break this one. And I think just another green week, it will break it, and then we have continuation. Check the date. I'm not wrong. State EDF also strong. Volume coming in. I don't like it. What happened here? Still positive, but much higher, I think. 99, 98. I needed to push a little bit higher to break the divergence. Then off we go for the upside. So basically, we can see all the defensive is pushing for the upside. I know Nvidia estate, the healthcare, same goes. So I don't know if it's just entering back the money for, I don't know, why, where is the rotation? You have the defensive, uh, I don't know, basically. I don't know if the government or the feds just spreading money into the market. So let's go back. Doxy. Yeah, resting here. I wanted to put the 50 my hands on, then see down and push. So far, doesn't look that good. Broke it and then push in. Let's daily how it goes. Negative, negative, negative. Well, still negative, so break it here. The upside can do it. The oil. So guys, let's sum it up. What I think gonna be. So momentum is positive as we watch it, and so most of the ETF and stocks, the momentum is positive. There is divergence forming up. It didn't finish it yet. We didn't have the sign of the divergence creating, so in just continuation. Some stock already gave us a sign of a pullback, like Meta and others. So with a small divergence, but because the trend changed and the momentum changed, it seems that we want to push for the upside. So this week, even though I'm still pessimistic because I didn't like the break, it was a big break. I don't know if it was faking it for all the market. Fake it. Why not push a bit more lower, make a panic, and then push for the upside, taking a lot of profit. At the moment, it was a fake break, very small one, and just I don't know. So I want to see how it reacts to the 560. I want to see how the Q a little bit weaker and the IWM, because very weird that we see the XLP, XLU, XLV, real estate, oil, all of them making a push for the upside, and also the gold pushing for the upside, and also the Qs, and also the SPY, where the money is getting from. So, and this is a good sign because it means there is a lot of money out there which wasn't invested yet, was waiting. But I don't know, something inside me, and I might be wrong, but telling me watch this week and these 2 weeks very closely and fake, because it's creating a good sign, guys. There is signs for the 600, and this is my hands on the longer term. And you can see it here also. So it can do this, I don't know, maybe push here, then move for the upside, and then breaking, saying bye-bye for the upside. So you have both scenarios. You have the key area, which I will examine. Of course, do your own due diligence. Those are just my ideas. It can change in seconds when I see the opening, and so of course you have to react and not just blindly goes. So hope it was helpful, give you some ideas. Like it, of course, subscribe, like. Thank you, guys.